up? What's going on? What's going on? This is 2 cents. Welcome to 2 cents, where we talk about any and everything and give out 2 cents. As I mentioned earlier on the locker room, I want to definitely send prayers up for Ricky Rose. I just read the update on him that it's a machine that's basically keeping him alive at this point, working as his heart and lungs. So it's not good news, but he's still rolling with us. You know what I'm saying, for now, and we just don't want to hear any untimely demise news or anything like that. So definitely prayers up for that. Today's show's a pretty good one. I had a couple things happen in the world this week, or more so I would say America, but the impact that it does have, of course, gun control. Stores finally having that are now willing to do whatever they can to help out with these kids being shot. Without further ado, let me get Sugar Booger on the show, and then we'll get right into this. Yo, Sugar, what up? Shit. Just dropped the damn phone. So yeah, like I was saying, to the audience that, Rick Ross, I just read the update on him. He's living on a prayer, basically. You know what I'm saying? And it's not anything we want to hear. And I'm hoping that while we do this show, that we don't hear anything else. It's sad and it's very unfortunate to go through. You never know when that time will be. I mean, it's been heavy for it's heavy for a lot of years, and tried to get small. So, that's why we have to be cautious on what we do to our hearts, and like how we treat ourselves, and what we do. But yeah, we all trying to live as long as we can to see our babies and grow up and all that. But what I want to get into first is I saw that Wal Mart and Dicks Sporting Goods decided that they're going to ban the sale of assault rifles, which I thought was very commendable. With everything that's been going on. So I just wanted to know, do you feel like they're going? This is like going in a good. A right direction? Will this be bad for the businesses? Do they even care? But what was your thoughts on that, Shug?
I think that's the way to go. They're in the right direction. The majority of these shootings have been happening with younger kids and things like that, and it needs to be made harder to be able to purchase any type of firearm. I think it's good. For their business, I don't know. I mean, do they make most of their money off of firearms? Probably not. So it probably won't hurt them. It won't hurt at all. The Walmart and I think it was Dicks as well. Dicks changed the age, and people are you go fight a war at the age of 18. Yeah, but your ass volunteered at the age of 18. And we do background checks and all kinds of stuff before they just let you in and handle a gun. And every time I come back from an appointment, whether I handle a gun or not, I gotta do some little testing to make sure that my mind is still right, and I don't have issues. But I'm not carrying a gun with me 24/7, nonstop. There's a big difference. Not everybody that goes out and deploys carries a gun on them. So what? We also do gun safety and training. So it's that you can't compare that to saying, hey, I'm gonna raise the age. Say, hey, you got to be 21 to purchase a gun. And I mean, it's a step in the right direction that we need to go in. Everybody doesn't, they're offering up the problem. There's a problem, but no one's offering up an actual solution. They're actually trying to make a start to the solution. That's probably not going to solve the whole thing with, these mass shootings, but it's a step in that direction, in the right direction.
Yeah.
It really is. And it should make. I don't mind having a register for my guns. I don't mind having to do mental checks. Every here and there, I don't mind having to, if I have to, go through a gun safety class every year or two or whatever. I don't have nothing to hide. Yeah, you know? So, those kind of things to hide, they're not having issues with, you know, having these restrictions imposed or, you know, these strict laws. They shouldn't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, I mean,
and you know, there's no need for an assault rifle. First of all, I don't know why they need one anyway. Why would they need to sell an assault rifle for? What are you gonna do? You hunt or killing people?
yeah, it's a bit of a you know, a tussle going on back and forth verbally, really social media, and even in the actual media with the NRA, members of the NRA, and folks that are supporters of having guns. How they feel about they feel like their Second Amendment is being revoked. Your Second Amendment does not guarantee you to have an assault rifle. You can still have guns. That's my stance on it. I don't, you know, you can have guns, but why, you know, why do you need an AR-15 if we're not going to war? You know, that gun is designed for mass killings. You know what I'm saying? To kill the most people in the shortest amount of time. And what possible way could you justify that, you know, that you have to have one? You know what I'm saying? Like,
all these guns, you can't make them sell these. If they don't want to sell them, you can't make them. These businesses, if they don't want to sell particular guns or anything to a particular individual, who are you to tell them who they have to sell their items, what they have to sell to?
Right.
If they say they don't want to sell guns to 18-year-olds and below, then damn it, that's their own them. They don't want to sell it to you. You can't force them to. So why are people getting all pissed off about it? I don't understand it. Go somewhere else then.
Yeah.
You know?
These you know, us with I don't know, this fascination with guns. I didn't grow up around guns, so I don't have like this innate love to just have a gun. I didn't grow up in an area where I had to use one to defend myself, and I can understand those that do. But again, you know, there's a love for this shit, like for you know, not even picking on the people of New Orleans. So many people of New Orleans have lost their children, their babies, fathers, mothers, with like AK-47s in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like just gunned down, and it's unfortunate. Chicago, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Compton, a lot of areas really, and you know, and I think that I think it's great that the response came for Parkland, and that it garnered so much media attention that now something is to be done. But you know, our communities have been going through this shit for the longest. You know what I'm saying? And like more deaths than any, and that's like it kind of plays into the NRA's you know, I would say their excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll talk about like they'll bring up the deaths that happened in Chicago and try to, you know, justify that with, you know, the amount of school shooting. But it's unfair. You know, it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? You're going to kill where it's convenient. You know, you're going to kill within your, you know, like community, and like there's a trap, you know, designed, I don't know whether by the government or whoever, to have, you know, so I mean, how do those guns get into those inner cities? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are the people with money? Because these inner cities, you know, they're known for are given the perception that they don't have much money. So
this guns are not cheap. You know, I'm a gun owner, and I know what I have. Mine is cost $400. Most guns ain't cheap. So yeah, I see some that.
Yeah, it's still, you know, these are illegal. So now you have illegal firearms that are then taken into there, though. That's an abundance of that, because these are a lot of guns, and these people have been, you know, like it's a drug war, gang war. It's just overall chaos that you see and you hear a lot of times, and people try to get out. You know, it's for those that don't have to experience, myself included, you know, that don't have to experience being in an era where you feel terrorized every time you leave out the house. You're unsure if you're going to make it home, and it's very sad because these are young kids, and Trump wanted to. In the beginning, he wanted to go in with tanks and stuff and try to get the guards, National Guard, to go into Chicago to clean, to really just shut down shit, like kill people. Basically, is really what that is. He said he's going to target gang leaders and all of that, but I don't feel that. I feel like that's a profile. You know what I'm saying? It's like racially profiling. And I know we got more. I mean, we got one issue toppling another, and then for some people, one issue cancels out another, and I don't know. We as a people have to come to some kind of understanding of like how can we fix this? How can this be fixed? So but I find it, man, whether it's bad for business or not, I think it's good to show somebody had to start it. As far as like banning assault rifles, and maybe those that own guns in stores, that own a gun shop, will see this, and maybe they'll ban assault weapons. So I feel like it's a very good move going forward. So we're just gonna keep hoping that something will come of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So other news I was reading today. Best Buy. Like when you go into a Best Buy, they have that section where they have like iPhones or they have Galaxies. Like Best Buy is going to be shutting down mobile stores inside Best Buys. So my question to you is, will that be like the thing? This maybe the straw that broke the camel's back for Best Buy to be forced to go out of business, kind of like Circuit City.
I think they will eventually be made to go out of business. I'm noticing a lot of stores are somehow shutting down. Going out of business. What is it? We had Kmart, right? That's probably officially done. You might find one place that I think we just had one recently in Omaha that shut down. That's how but there's very few Kmart's now. Now they have Babies R Us. There's Babies R Us in Nebraska. It's not in Nebraska. It's in Chicago.
Wow.
That's 8-9 hours away. So that's just an example of how stores are like shut down bad. Stores like Best Buy and everything, you usually can find them in like any state, any town, whatever, or it's not that far. But I think that they're moving in that direction of eventually downsizing their stores or exploring for good. Because I'm noticing it's like a trend. A lot of stores doing that. In JCPenney, they're laying off people, and pretty soon they're probably going to shut more stores down. Who else did it? Sam. I think Sam's did the same. They closed down some stores, and people just came into work, and they don't have a job. So I believe it's coming. It's coming. It's a lot of things. I think the reason why the competition with Amazon could be one of the reasons. They're changing and making big moves. You can just about buy groceries on Amazon. Hell, I order my dog food off of that site. Deliver straight to my door. I don't have to go to the store anymore.
I
think it's one of those to start by closing down the local stores, and then what's next?
I'm an advocate for for Amazon any day. So losing Best Buy won't hurt. I've gone into Best Buy probably once a year, and that's normally around like holidays or if I'm with somebody that had to go to Best Buy themselves. But I don't really dabble in Best Buy.
Yeah, I haven't been in it in years. I went one time since I moved back to the States, and that was 4 years ago, and I bought the TV there, and that was it. I had yet to, and I found it cheaper to, go to the local big businesses.
Yeah.
I'm not, they're big, but it's just in the state, you know what I mean? So I found I would go there. And, nowadays, Best Buy is kind of far anyway for me, So, I'm going to find a place that's close. You used to be able to find a Best Buy on any corner. Now, it's very rare that you find one, if they do have one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're gonna get smaller and smaller, or somebody's gonna buy them out.
Yeah.
But there's no Wal Mart. Target ain't going anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
Now, if they were getting bad, I was losing my mind. I think we all.
Best Buy was like the spot where we used to go in the military. Me, Jeff, Ashton, and everybody.
Yeah.
We would go there for you know that. We used to all ride out there and get like I would get CDs. That was just about me getting them classic CDs that my daddy had. You know, like a bunch of funk CDs and you know shit like that. Sometimes you might go there to get you a nice nice TV set. But for the most part, I don't have like a everyday need to go to Best Buy. Between Walmart and Amazon. And Amazon is roughly expanding itself, their services, and they're going to put more people out of business, and somebody's going to lose their job based off of what they're creating. And I feel like Best Buy is like, we're getting to that point. What are they going to need them for? Geek Squad might be handy, but I don't know about the rest of them.
They overcharging with that.
Yeah, they did, because they ain't even fixed my damn hard drive. I needed that hard drive fixed, and they couldn't fix it. But it's whatever. Yeah.
Technology, you don't need a lot of this stuff done for you anymore,
Yeah. So this bus-size asteroid is supposed to pass by Earth tomorrow, and I was just thinking, let's just say, for whatever reason, an asteroid were to hit, and of course to hit the Earth. Say, what would you do if you knew you had 24 hours to live? What are some of the things you would probably do?
I'd probably lose my damn mind. I don't know what I would do. Yeah, I would hope if they were close, I guess, be like, well, this is the end, y'all. If I knew it was officially be the end, I'd probably do something that I always wanted to do. Maybe rob a store. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But, just in case it didn't end, I wouldn't do something to get me in jail.
I think
I just do something I never thought I would do.
Yeah.
Hey, go out with a big bang, throw a big old party. This is our last day on Earth. Let's party, get drunk, pour up, whatever.
An asteroid party.
Huh?
So you're having an asteroid party.
Hell yeah. That's what you used to have parties, Those back in the days, you used to have parties. Yeah, hurricane parties or, stuff like that. It's going to be the last day on Earth. Well, hell, let's do it big.
Yeah. 24 hours to live. Me, there's no such thing as robbing. It's like the night of the purge for, basically, because you're not able to take it with you. So whatever you got, I'm going out with it. I'm going to eat all my favorite foods. No fear of the diet. Drink what I want to drink. Spend it with the people I love. Make sure I tell the ones I truly care for that I love them. Just really, really let it be known. Hey, this is what we're going out with it. We're going out with a bang, like you said. But 24 hours, it's your mind's gonna go into shock in the sense like, wow, this is it. You don't know what to expect on the other side. So who knows what you might do? You might, you say like robbing somebody. Who knows what you're going to do? It's going to be total chaos. It's really what it would be. It would be total chaos.
You pissed off and in trouble.
Yeah. It's total. That'll be total chaos. So, what else happened? So Delta Air. We were talking earlier about the NRA. Delta Airlines cut ties with the NRA. So do you feel like funding cuts will stop gun violence in your opinion, or is this just a media story for now?
It's not gonna stop anything. I think because of how I guess the NRA is, I think there's a reason why they're cutting with NRA, maybe how they're handling this whole situation. These mass shootings and stuff is probably why, they're disassociating themselves from NRA. Not necessarily meaning it's going to stop gun violence, but they are actually, taking a step back and saying, why would we support, these people, this is happening and this is going on. So I think that it's probably a smart move on their end. That it probably is. Delta don't deal with just the U.S. They all over the world. So don't get it twisted. They're not going to lose out on anything. They're not going to lose out on anything. Just think if they were to, say, hey, we're going to stand by NRA, and they got all these international companies that they have to deal with if they start dropping Delta. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, in other words, Delta is probably doing something that's business-wise for their company. That said, hey, we're America, we're in the spotlight right now. They're looking at us like, okay, what's our next move? If they pull this, if they go this way, then I'm gonna cut ties with, this U.S. company and this and that. If they go this way, then you know what I mean? So that's probably one of the things that Delta's looking at from the business standpoint, not just dealing with the U.S. Because it's not the end all for them just because, they're international. They have to, they're looking out for their own neck. And, from a business standpoint, it's smart. I think it is. So it's not going to hurt them, though. I'm pretty much guaranteed it's not going to hurt them. Especially in a lot of these countries that support, that have Delta, that they utilize and use a lot, like a lot of people own guns in those countries. So you think about it, if they was like, hey, we're going to stand next to NRA, guess who's pulling out from Delta?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's going to be a even bigger impact than it happening in the U.S. And I'm pretty sure the U.S. is not going to do too much anyways when they're pulling out from the NRA. So it doesn't matter. They made a smart move on their end.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the funding cuts will stop some aspects of it, as far as the money that they're receiving, but the act itself, more so the Wal Mart and Dicks sporting goods aim of just banning assault weapons. I think that's the help that would help. Our kids having metal detectors at their school. I saw that a school in Oklahoma, has like these bulletproof shelters now. They're testing this out. So it's unfortunate, but this is the life that the times that we're living in, really, and it's just.
Walk to a metal detector, then it has to go in a shelter.
Yeah, I know for me growing up, we had metal detectors. There was I don't know who got a tip. The cops said that school had got a tip that somebody was bringing a gun or bringing like a bomb or something, and it delayed us to getting off the bus because the line was so backed up. But we had metal detectors. They were checking pretty thorough, and you look back at it like, man, this is taking us forever to get inside the classroom. We won't be able to chill and do all the shit we did. But in actuality, they were really looking out for our safety.
Safety. That was one of the first things they said, hey, let's start doing metal detectors. Then they thought, oh, we're going to use a door stopper. What the fuck, a door stopper? You can shoot through the damn door or go through the wall.
Yeah, like the
What's so hard about that?
Like for instance, the shit that we like Trump talking about if it was him, he would have gone back in without a weapon. Sure. Nobody's going into a building without a weapon. What were you going to do? What would you do? It's easy to say what you would have done. Everybody can pass the test when the test is already done and you know the answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making excuses for the guy not going in there, but you don't know how you react when fear is faced right in front of you like such. And I think
you know what your job entails. First of all, you volunteer for that. You knew there's a possibility that this happens. And for them and the other dudes to not, be scared shitless, either they haven't had enough training or something. It's just,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that. And then the FBI knew about. That's the thing, though. You have all these warnings and tips, and once again, nobody society acted upon doing anything that could have prevented this from happening. Nobody did anything. And let me tell you, here in Nebraska, they handled it well. There was a kid that was taking terrorist threats and stuff, and they nipped in his butt right then and there before. It was just recently, right before he can even get to do anything. And some other kids, same thing out here in Nebraska, they're in a juvenile detention right now because of that. And that's how it should be handled. When somebody gets a tip that somebody is possibly, it's better safe than sorry. Even if it was oops, we made a mistake and it wasn't you, doesn't matter. They should take it seriously. And this could have been avoided versus afterwards, like, well, you know what? We had a tip on this one. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna sit there and lie to them. Lie to them for what? Go out there and get them. Let's see what he's after. Honestly, on all ends, it was just all wrong. How the thing was handled. This is something that could have been avoided.
Yeah. So
it's just like the military. Somebody, what happened? I had to escort somebody that just got kicked out of the military. I escorted them off the base and made sure that they turned in their ID card and was not bringing their ass back. That also happened to me. I worked in the temp service, and I had a building access badge. They made sure that I turned that shit in and was not getting back into that damn building. I didn't get fired or nothing. I was just, I worked my hours. But they was making sure that my black ass was not coming back anywhere near that building.
Yeah.
I was, and that's how some things go. Somebody's just going to their school at work, you can make sure they're not fucking up and they're not coming out.
The dude went to he went to the house. They went to the house 39 times. I don't know what more you need to see.
No. They ain't do nothing.
Yeah. But nothing we say or can change the fact that 17 lives were lost because of someone's lack of attention to detail. They preach that to us in the military and basic training as far as like attention to detail, how important this is, and there's no room to make a mistake because it can be a matter of life and death. And
gun owners get kicked out the gun range immediately. They pay attention to that. You have to pay attention to details. And one thing that kills me is these kids are, they out here marching and stuff. I mean, whatever. What are they doing?
Yeah.
So, they're going out there to stage these protests. So I'm like, look here, somebody has been bullied or whatever. I don't know what situations have kids, but somebody's being bullied and you don't do shit about it. Like, take that person and be like, hey, this person's being bullied. Maybe I should, maybe I should befriend them. See what's up and stand up for them. Instead, nobody does shit. Not even the adults in the situation do anything about it.
Yeah.
And that's what kills me. I don't know how these people, I honestly don't know how people sleep like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, jumping into another interesting topic for the week. Black Panther's been out 2 weeks now, and of course. It's a good movie, and there was a lot of support from the black community. But I'm curious to know, in your opinion, why do you feel like when movies like Birth of a Nation, granted it's a slave movie, and we're tired of seeing us as slaves, but it's the slave that rose above the master, so that others can be free, and same for the movie Detroit, which talks about the racial division that was going on in the 60s in the city of Detroit. So and like police, the interaction with police even back then that plagues us to this day. So why do you feel like there was more support coming from for Black Panther from the black community than these movies? Or either one of them?
I don't know. I think that's because it's a black superhero movie. And people's like, oh, we've never had a black superhero movie. But there was, even though, what is that, Meteor Man?
Nope.
If you were born in the 90s, you were here, man.
Nope, that wasn't. That was a parody. That was a parody movie.
It was a parody, but it still was a Negro in it.
Nah.
This the handicap man, you know, let me quit. So,
Yeah,
everybody watched it. But what I'm saying is, they're saying because it's just a black superhero movie and it has an all-black cast. And I think that's why it's different from all the other movies because it's not a slave movie. It's not showing a movie where they're not playing the, you know, the gangster. It's not a gangster movie. You know, it's showing black people in a positive light. Not saying that there are plenty of movies that show black people in a positive light. You know, this is just one of those things that everybody's like, wow. But then again, if you're like a Marvel comic fan, you see it a little differently. You don't see it as just another first black superhero movie, yada yada yada. You're like, hey, it's the next Marvel movie. You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's why a lot of people see it. Because I guarantee you, this movie that comes out behind this one is not going to get the TV turnout. Because half these people, and a lot of people, these people don't even know about this comic, this character, or this, you know, they didn't know anything about it until the movie came out. This has been out. I'm not a big comic fan. I just don't know what it tells me, but I know that this, you know, this particular one has been out. It's been in comics for years, way before I was born. And you know, I think that had a lot of people known that beforehand or earlier, it would have been like, okay, it was a good movie. I'm not gonna give it. It was a good movie. Not holding it to that high of a standard that everyone else is.
Yeah.
But good movie. I give it that. It did show, you know, black people in a good light, you know. But at the same time, I think that's why, because it's a superhero movie. The all black cast was like two white people in the whole movie, and you know, and I hate to admit it, but a lot of us, you know, a lot of people look up to stuff like that on the TV, you know, through movies and television. Just think about, you know. But at the same time, I'm not gonna live my life with this movie. So you know, yeah. You know, we have this good, you know, and this is not, to me, this is not the only thing that has a positive black person, you know, this superhero comic. People should be looking towards that, their own type of superheroes within our community and stuff, not just the big show or this movie, excuse me.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're portraying as that, they got something to look up to, but I'm going to look up to the show. So,
yeah. I feel like the reason, I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off of what you said about why the black community got so behind, Black Panther. Black Panther is, yes, the first of its, I would say the first of its kind in the sense of something you can take pride in and showing, saying that, hey, we have a superhero. There are people that look like me on the screen and they're doing something and it's serious. And so, granted it had a couple funny lines in it, but you can take the character Black Panther serious. And he wasn't a gangster, he wasn't a drug dealer, he wasn't, doing anything crooked. He was a king. He was a king in Africa. So it's better to our kids to identify with that, to see people that do look like them, that hold such merit, as I would say, as that character, and the responsibility that really it takes to be, the first black anything. Sidney Poitier, he talked to Jamie Foxx about that, and just told Jamie Foxx about, remember the responsibility that you have, from being the role of Ray Charles, and like how great that, that is. It was awesome. It was a very good movie. He played Ray to a T, from the course style piano to, just being, him being, taking on the act of being blind. It was a great film. But it's important for us. It shows, what I saw with this is how powerful the black dollar is, because if we made all of that, happen for Black Panther, we should be able to do that for a lot of, movies. You know what I'm saying? Like no bootlegging, just yo, check this out. We're gonna
Yeah.
watch this and get and help get these people paid, so they can bring us more, more stuff. I know times get hard for a lot of folks, but we gotta pull together and, support support our black actors. And and obviously because and that's not to single out, from like white actors, like we don't support white actors, but definitely they had a head start in a sense, in a lot of ways, in our society. So finding, trying to get black people to come together and get things going. For themselves is it's very important. There's a support that we give. If we can support Black Panther, we can support, Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, we should support. It doesn't matter what type of movie it is. And there's another one that's coming out, A Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah, and that again, a little black girl is the center of focus for this movie, and I think it's important that we go out and support that. And
we should.
And really, another thing that I want to stress into our community is picking up a book and reading. You know what I mean? Like so many hidden treasures are in reading. Your imagination is endless when you can read a story, and you learn so much about yourself and what you see and what the differences that someone else may see. So it's like, I think it's amazing for.
That has been out for years. It's in the comics. It's been there the whole time in front of our face, right there.
Right.
It's been there, And who knows, there might be another one like that somewhere around, but we don't know if we could go look and read. So it's been there the whole time in front of our faces. There's a lot of stuff like that. It's right there in front of our faces.
Yeah.
And we just wait till the movie come out. Wait till there's a movie come out instead of picking up the book and actually there's lots of them. There's lots of them out there. I'm pretty sure there's lots of them with plenty of black African American role models. Not just on TV, but there's actual that you can look up to.
Yeah, exactly. And with that being said, about black role models, it is Oscar season, and I don't know what you've seen recently with in the movie sense with black actors, but what what do you? I mean, let's not even talk about this year's. I would say actors in movies, but like all together, who do you see as like those black actors that really deserve that title of having that reward of having an Oscar? What you've seen in movies? I'm granted we've gone to see a lot of shit. We used to see, the Tyler Perry movies all the time together and shit. So we've seen a lot of black actors and actresses come up and and some of them not get their just due. Some of them had to be crooked, for them to get an Oscar. But just feel like there's a lot. For instance, I say Clifton Powell. He was Andre on the TV show Rock. He was Pinky in the Friday series. He was the dad on the Brothers. He was the pastor, and I forget what. I actually played the pastor many times. But the man is so versatile as an actor. I just really do enjoy watching him in film on screen, and he's just he's amazing.
Yeah. I think Angela Bassett is overdue. She's great. She is great. I just don't understand how. Yes, we have new actors and actresses that are good, but there's a lot of people that are like past. Angela Bassett is one of them. She is great. I'm so surprised that they named these. I'm gonna bring it back to Black Panther. They had all these big actors and actresses, and I didn't even look at the previews or nothing. But I did not know she was in the movie.
Yeah.
And I love her.
She can.
And I was like, why? I didn't think she's so great, and yet she doesn't get what she deserves. Yeah. There are a lot of like that. Forrest Whitaker, he don't get what he deserves. Like, I just don't understand it. They don't get the recognition that they should have been getting.
Yeah.
And that just, that eats at me all the time. I hate that. I really do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this shit's great. She's great. And I'm happy to find out that Oprah is in a movie again. You know, she was great in Color Purple. I wish she would have stayed to acting. Like, she probably been like, you know, just crazy. But hope this Wrinkle in Time, I'm really anxious to see. I really want to watch this, see how she does. I'm hoping to lose her touch, but yeah, she's. You know, a lot of these people are just past due for something. We have these new actors and actresses that come out, but when you got somebody like that that's been in the game for a long time and hasn't stopped, you know, and I bring it back to the whole Monique situation. And people are saying, you know, maybe it's because she's old and this and that. No. First of all, there's people older than her, and they've been pushing movies for like, they still keep going. They don't stop just because they got, you know, something or a nominee. They keep going and keep pushing. And that's what I don't understand. You know, just like with Angela Bassett. I've always seen her, she's popping up in something here and there all the time. All the time. And I'm like, wow, you know, like she is really deserving of, I would really love, and I don't want her, I would hate to think she just got something because of Black Panther.
Right.
I'd rather it not be that. Because she's that great. She's been doing great. She's been got something, you know, whatever. That's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
So, of course, whatever. And of course, you know, they're going to be all up in that Black Panther. But they did more amazing stuff prior to Black Panther. And I think Black Panther wasn't, I don't want to say, it wasn't their best, probably one of their best, but that wasn't top, that didn't top it for them. That's my opinion, you know?
Yeah, I think posthumously, Tupac Shakur should have an Oscar. To be honest, I mean, what he showed in Juice, you believed he was Bishop. What he showed in Poetic Justice, you know what I'm saying, Above the Rim, gang related, you know, anything he's done, he was just phenomenal at what he did. He was really good. And same with Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is another person that does not have he doesn't have. I don't think Wesley has an Oscar yet. No. And he. Yeah. I mean, he was Nino Brown to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not able to walk around without somebody calling him. He's like, that's what it was over. Some bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, I cancel that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it's. Yeah. He was just awesome. He's just an awesome actor. You know, Denzel should have got Oscars for a lot of movies long before Training Day.
Denzel was so good, man. Every time I see his face, I'm like, man, this is something for him.
Yeah,
man.
You know, Crimson Tide, he was awesome. The Pelican Brief.
Yeah.
You know, he was just, you know, he's just amazing. John Q, he was great, and he could have got it for Philadelphia. There's just so many deserving of that, you know. And he's a stage actor too, so you know that crossover appeal, which is awesome. But,
yeah. He is great. You see him, and the first thing you think about. You know, Training Day or something. You see him, you just like, man, I'm so you know, and those people that are out there, they're so good. I mean, you think about it, like, I watched Game of Thrones, for instance, not like actors and actresses, but they had the actress on there, or actually two of them, an actor and an actress. They were so bad and so evil that people in real life was like giving them death threats, and they didn't want to get their autographs. They were just so freaking good at what they did.
Yeah.
That it's unbelievable in real life that they thought they were real enemies. And that's the type of people who, like, when you bring it to black actors and actresses, when you think of like Denzel Washington, when he was in Training Day and stuff, that's what I think, you know, that's what I'm thinking. You know? So I'm like, how are they not getting what they deserve? It's so, I don't know how they pick who's getting what, but oh my gosh, if they would actually let us really go on who's going to get, you know, I bet you it would be a totally different story for everybody.
Yeah. What else do we want to jump into? I'll end it on a fun note with that Beyonce thing, but we're gonna go into this. So this transgender woman, meaning boy to girl transformation, won a wrestling tournament for the second year straight, but the tournament was a women's tournament. So if I'm sorry, a transgender boy. That's where the confusion is. It's a boy. It went from a boy went. It's yeah, a boy went from boy to girl, but they were in a woman's competition and won 2 years straight. Now, as they have footage of it, and as the child raises her hand, to be politically correct, she got a countless number of boos and that. I mean, and me personally, I'm under the belief that if you wanted to be a woman, no, if you wanted to be a boy, what is it? A boy? Yeah, that's right. So as a woman went to a boy. That's where the confusion is. Okay. So the transgender woman that became a boy, it became a man in high school, won a tournament. The only thing in the tournament was a woman's tournament. So if you are a boy, you should take on the full responsibilities of that being a boy. You should face men. I mean, facing the men's competition, the girl, the boys and the boys competition versus the girls.
Did he tell you was he on? Did he do the whole full surgery, hormones?
Yeah,
and all
everything,
that?
all of that.
And was he wrestling before he became a girl?
I believe so. I don't know the backstory on that, but I do know that. Yeah. So the transgender.
You was wrestling before you converted over, then now I think that's a fair fight.
Right. So I mean, I think that is. I was like, I feel like they need to. Excuse me. I don't think she should be able to wrestle. I don't think he should be able to wrestle unless he's wrestling boys, because you chose to be a boy. I don't get to change from guy to girl and decide that I'm going to I don't know, take on women's like a boy, like take on girls track, no, made the transition. So you should take on everything. I don't get to go into, if I went from a boy to female, I don't get to go into the boys' bathroom, the boys' locker room anymore. I go into the girls.
Yeah.
You take on the full persona.
Yeah. You can't have both. You pick one or the other. What you gonna be? You think you want to be a girl? Well, all right, then go on and get that changed. You want to be a boy? You know what to do. But if you just like girls and you want to stay looking like a girl, then that's fine too. But don't think you're gonna do things like guys do.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You want to stay in a guy's body, but don't say you're a girl. And until you convert, change it all around, then hey, that's just my opinion. But 1-2 years, so it was a girl. Used to be a girl, was now a guy and one. Probably could have won that as a girl. She was converting.
Yeah. So yeah, I just the young boy, yeah, the boy should be fighting, should be wrestling with boys. If you're going to take on the full thing, you don't get to pick and choose what parts you're taking with you, Caitlin. I feel like that's probably the best thing. So, with that being said, before we get to Sugar's rant of the show, rant of the week, there's been Wendy Williams made a statement about this on her show, as far as like Beyonce requiring auto tune, and like the fact that Beyonce basically needs assistance in singing and carrying a tune, but No, this is my stance, and this is for all you Beehive members, Ebony included. I put Beyonce in the same category as female dancers that sing. So Sierra, J Lo, yeah, I'm just gonna go with those two. And Janet Jackson. I put them all in, the same. They're in the same room, but of those in that room, Beyonce sings, I believe, the best to me. So, and I'm not saying that she can sing the national anthem. She'll give you that. I'll give her that much, Fergie. She'll go as far as she can sing the national anthem. But am I putting her out there with, if it's a ballad, if it's like Celine Dion, if it's Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, I would go with Jennifer Hudson before I would go with Beyonce. That is my stance on that. And so, does she have a great singing voice? Yes, she has a great singing voice, but I don't think it's I wouldn't put it in that class of Whitney, Mariah, Aguilera, Hudson. You know what I'm saying? That's just my stance. So, Beehive member Sugar, let me have it. Yo, Sugar.
Yeah, I think I'm not. It's not a big deal. She can sing though. She can sing. After hearing that the national anthem, let's go again. Yeah, I mean, she's good. She can sing. I never thought that she. I don't think she has. No, not auto-tune. I think they're having videos with Beyonce singing, just naturally. And she's been doing that for a while. She was a kid. Wasn't she on she was on a show one time when she was younger, wasn't she?
Star Search. Star Search. She always had star appeal.
Well, I mean, and then what if she uses auto-tune? Who doesn't? So who does? She likes her voice, but that's her business. It's still gonna make money. And what it pays, it's not, you don't like her, you don't like her, whatever. But that sounds like some haters, great.
Yeah. Naturally, a fan would take offense to it. But I just, I'm.
I mean, there's people hating. I'm not that big of a fan of her. She can sing, yes. I think she's shit. Or like the best. I don't know. Probably not. I've heard people that are great, But I'm still not gonna hate on her and knock her hustle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Beyonce is she's an entertainer in my eyes. In my eyes, she's an entertainer, and she can carry a note. What does she need? Auto-tune, according to like Wendy Williams? I don't know. Not necessarily. I won't go that far to say that she needs auto-tune. Ashanti, maybe. Ashanti's more. I think Ashanti's a better writer than she is a songwriter than she is a singer in today. That's just me.
Yeah. Ashanti. Yeah, no, I don't think Ashanti's that great. No, I think Beyonce don't need her. And who is Wendy Williams to say anyway? Wendy Williams still look like a dude can't sing.
Yeah.
That person, Wendy Williams is just messy and petty. That's all. Her and Keith need to get together and do a show together since they always hating on folks.
Yeah. But
having to came together.
shit, man. So yeah, I think it does stem from hatred for whatever reason. Just having something to say. That's why these stars won't ever be on these shows, because they're that big, and that would make them, that would rub off on them. But nevertheless, Beyonce, you're amazing. You know what I'm saying? You look good as a motherfucker, but all music wise, you are you've done a lot too. So much respect to the queen. But yeah, it's that time, Suge, for your rant of the week. So what exactly are you going to rant about today?
My rant, I wasn't having. I was having my kids bugging me right here. Somebody about to get whooping. We know you're hungry. your kid because they keep bugging me all the day. Who wants to sponsor 5-year-olds? It's my rant. Make sure you feed your kid before you get on the phone and do a radio show. Oh, that'll drive you crazy. Is that good? Who don't feed their kids? That's gonna rant about that? By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had what did I have to deal with today that I had man. Oh, people in jobs, man. Y'all just be grateful y'all have a job. I deal with these people every day and they want to get off early every Friday. But they just don't understand that not a lot of people have this luxury. Love what you get this job, you got a roof over your head, you got money, you got food in your mouth. Stop freaking complaining about your job. Just if you don't like it, move on to something else. But quit complaining so much. Just be grateful you have one, because nowadays it's a struggle. The female be complaining about your man working 3 jobs. About you take up one, so he ain't got to do it. So he ain't got to work those 3 jobs. You can spend time with each other. Quit whining and complaining. You want to sit at home and do nothing? Take care of your kids? Quit complaining that your bed is out all day. Guess what? You trying to keep money in your pocket? There's a roof over your head in a car that you drive. Yeah. That's what I got.
Yeah. Well, you heard Suge. So from me, Suge, Phoenix, Karumbe, Mike, the crew, everybody. Like I said, we're pulling for Rose. So when this airs, this is before we've got any information. But definitely say a prayer and keep your head up, Rose. We pulling for you, dog. Well, other than that, we out. Peace.